as the IT side is trying to fight to be at the table, if you will.
Yeah. I own the Salesforce COA inside of United Health Group, and I don't even try to fight to be at the table. It's like it's feedback if I'm not.
You don't own the decision, but you own all the problems that come with it.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, and actually, that's why if I talk logically to you or any business partner, I will build your trust over how I see things. But I think Salesforce is a tool, and sometimes it's a tool. It's a hammer looking around for nails, and sometimes the problem's a screw, not a nail.
Absolutely.
We live in this space all the time, so we couldn't agree more.
That's for sure. So thinking about some of the use cases, I just wonder. So let's just take an example. Maybe it's a subscriber onboarding or new customer onboarding. It's a corporate side customer. What is that? Is that the sort of a use case or an application that would drive a major decision at United Healthcare, for example, that would pull along the necessary supporting process and document infrastructure to go along with that? Because there's obviously tons of documents and credit analyses and all sorts of things that come with an onboarding process. Is that the sort of thing that would drive business side decision, or would that come from the business side and say, all right, we really need to accelerate our process here, we need to improve it, here's what we need to do, and IT, you go figure out how to make this work? Is the way it would work? Or
I mean, if you use that like customer onboarding, if we stay in that scenario or use case, is that what the scenario you use, customer onboarding?
Good one.
I mean, let's role play. If you're the product company, like you've built a product that does exceptional customer onboarding, oftentimes, like I think in a company, you don't want to talk to me, you want to talk to the business. Like I'm going to be the no police or why it's wrong or why I already have this, versus the business might understand better a compelling or non-compelling reason of why your product is exceptional. Mm-hmm. But because they tend to see, then my job, at the minute that you get to the door and you get to them, is to figure out, all right, what kind of processes can I take out based off the capability you're bringing in? Because obviously I don't want to just add, I also want to take out of the ecosystem as well to help modernize and rationalize what we do. Because if you have a really compelling argument, you can take out 10 other things. That's a great win. It's a very positive CBA if we can pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I do think that is a compelling way. I mean, to me, any company that can rope together a seamless approach and actually stay in a kind of a specified swim lane versus, so like not be SAP. Don't try to be everything for anything. But rather, if you're trying to solve a business process end to end and you can show how it works, that's a beautiful thing to work through, because I think that helps streamline and automate companies who have very inefficient processes in general. And customer onboarding would be an example. Mm-hmm. Here, I think every company tends to have, for instance, sales funnels and whatnot, and that tends to get us back into Salesforce as a CRM tool. But I do think like every company deals with that because that's the front edge of revenue.
Yeah, and it can be a pretty complicated process as well, with lots of different systems that have to be interfaced with and that sort of thing. And again, these guys are not an application software company; they're a platform company. So it's the tool set, to design those processes, and that would be part of their offering. But a lot of that can be done very, very quickly. Yep. So, all right. So that's a business side. So, what are the things that are most valuable? What are the most important buyer values? There's certainly cost and agility and speed and all those things are potential values. What tends to be the biggest driver for making those decisions?
Well, it for sure is typically always going to be business value first and foremost. I think if you add a layer into that, I do think, what's your tech stack or your tech modernization? Like if you built an awesome business value, but you're on really archaic old technology, that will be a problem no matter how great the business idea is. Yeah. I think a lot of companies have built products that are exactly as just described, but